Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tony. I am Tony the Makeup Lover. If you are new, thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. On this channel, I create makeup looks, and I always say with chaos and creativity because a lot of times there's some chaos involved. If that's something that you're interested in, sit back, grab your coffee. I have mine in my purse cup. We're going to get started. But before I get started, if you're not subscribed, please hit the like, subscribe, the notification button, all those little buttons they put down there at the bottom, and share the video. Next time, bring somebody else with you to watch too. Broke my own rules. Yes, I've already primed my lips because it's cold outside and I don't want my lips to chap. But I hate getting lipstick on my cup, but I want my coffee. So I put this little lip balm on, which I'm going to wipe off before I put my lipstick on. But this is a little lip balm I bought off of Temu. Came, how many? 6 to a pack. Today I'm going to use, this is old. So therefore I do know that you cannot buy this, but you may get some ideas with the colors. Or you can try to look on Mercari or Poshmark someplace and see if somebody has this little palette. Looks like a pizza slice. Glamlite has great packaging. On the side, it gives you the ingredients like you would if you were getting a slice of pizza in a box. And this is the color story. As you can see, I have on green, so I'm going to use this palette. I normally know what's in the palette, but I never know what colors I'm going to put on my eyes until I start doing my makeup look. I primed my eyes already. I primed them with Glamlite icing in the shade Buttercream, and I came back and I set them with the powder by Juvias Place in the shade Kalahari. Not going anywhere special, going out Home Depot. Got to go to the church and drop off 4 boxes of clothes that I have in the car that were sitting up in the front, and I need to take them to the church so that somebody else can use them. I'm not the type of person that sells my clothes. I mean, yeah, I could make some money off of it, but at the same time, somebody else, especially with the way the economy is right now, may be able to benefit from them that needs them. So yeah, that's what I do with my clothes that no longer fit. So I'm going to start with this Give Me Glow brush. It is in the number 1029, and shade wise, let's see what we're going to do. I've already powdered my eyes. I'm of course tempted to go in with this yellow. In fact, I will. Close to the eyebrows, I'm just going to do a light dusting of that. Actually, I'm going to change the brush that I'm using. I'm going to use this other brush. It is Give Me Glow as well. It is a number 415. And basically, I'm just going to do a light dusting across this top part. So right below the brow bone and the eyebrow. Some of you probably saw on TikTok if you watched it. I started my little indoor vegetable garden yesterday. It's a hydroponic little garden. I planted some lettuce, some mini cucumbers, some mini radishes, spinach. There's one more thing that was in that little pack. Mini tomatoes. So we shall see what happens, because the way food prices are and going to be scarce because of the trucks and all of this other foolishness going on. Yeah, start growing some food. Too bad I can't have some chickens around here to lay some eggs. Okay, now that I have that color on, now I'm going to get that other brush and go into this green color. Going to bring that right above the socket and right below. You know what? Let me get to my favorite brush that I always use, that I always tell you guys that is not a eyeshadow brush, but I use it for an eyeshadow brush. It's a concealer brush. This is the Give Me Glow number 2015. I'm going to switch to that brush. See how much greater the payoff is with this little brush? Because it's condensed and it's packed tightly. I also started dehydrating some tangerines. They don't taste too bad. They're not completely dry. They're still in their drying. It takes a long time for them to dry. Some of they're crackable on the end, but I need to have them completely dry if I was going to store them. I mean, this is my first time trying it, so I was eating them and trying them to see how they would taste. They're okay. Of course, the purpose of it is to add water to it later on if you needed to rehydrate them. But like I said, this is my first time trying it, so we shall see. We shall see. I used to make jelly and can with my mom growing up, but of course we were under her supervision. And then I made jelly a couple of times by myself when I had a family, when my daughter was younger and when I was married. But now it's just too much to make for just me, so I don't bother. I may need to start back bothering. I don't eat that much jelly anyway, though, because I made a batch of blueberry jelly, and when I say that I had enough to last forever, I ended up giving it away. I had a friend in Louisiana at the time. In her house, she had blueberry bushes out front, and she wasn't really using them, and they were falling off and going to waste. So then I picked them and I made jelly, and I gave her jelly and everybody else in Louisiana. That's how much I made. Okay, I'm going to take this same brush. I've dusted it off on my Sigma switch. That's that little rubbing sound that you hear. I'm going to go into that yellow that I placed up here, and I'm going to bring that on the inner corner as well. This was not my plan, but that's the color that's in this palette, so that's what I'm going to use. I ain't got on nothing yellow. Nothing. I have on green and white. Not too bad, especially for the person that's always bam in your face. Next, I'm going to go into this color, this darker green. And I think I'm going to use that on the outer corner instead of going, get a brush. I'm going to use this little brush. This is, who is this by? This is an e.l.f. blending eye brush. Using that color. Oh, for those of you that don't know, this tape is here to try to keep a clean line, but as you can see, it's lifting because I have moisturizer on my face. So it's trying to lift up a little bit. So I'm probably going to have to wipe all that off down there. See, this is the time that my daughter would say, "You're not really going anywhere. Why are you doing all of that?" Because I'm going outside. And when people see you and they don't know you, the first impression is what? They look at your face. And how you are put together. And this bonnet will not be on my head. It's on my head right now because I'm doing my makeup. But that's just me. I wear makeup and I just believe in fixing myself up before I go outside. Now during the week, when I'm in here working, sometimes I do it. If I'm expecting a video call, if I'm not expecting one, that's another whole story. Almost forgot I was drinking my coffee. Okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to use this little brush that I was just using. I'm going to go back into that lighter green and just kind of blend that a little bit more right here so I don't lose that color. And since they were kind of a little stingy with the color selection, they have these army green like colors, but there's no army green like shimmer. Well, I guess you could call that one. Yeah, take that back. So I guess I'm going to use this and this. But before I do that, where is, I just had it in my hand. There it is. This is my Base Booster Glitter and Shadow Glue. It's by Makeup Revolution. This was given to me in PR. This is, let me get a baby wipe because I use my fingers. If you don't like your fingers being sticky, use a brush. Me, I don't mind because it wipes off. Okay, let me put some of this base booster on. Cotton stuck to my fingernail. It's just like a little white glue. It's sticky. That's why it's called glue, but it is sticky. Just FYI. I mean, it's not really glue per se, but it is stickier than the normal eyeshadow primer. I did that little lookup thing to try to see where it's gonna see my eyes are foldable. Okay, wipe my fingers. I'm going to go into that darker green color first. I ain't tell y'all none of the names of these colors. So the yellow is called yellow peppers. The first green is called olives. The darker green is called basil. The shimmer green that I'm getting ready to use is called spinach. And the yellow is called garlic. I'm slipping. Why do y'all remind me? Like I said, these are some of their first palettes. So as you can see, the shimmers have gotten better over time. I mean, these aren't bad. Don't get me wrong. But they've gotten more sparkly over time. But I still use all of my stuff. I have all of Glamlite's palettes except for 3, I believe. Or do I have them all? I think I'm missing 3. So what time is it? Yeah, I know, because I am what? Always. I mean, I don't have a set time to be there. I did tell her I was going to be there between 10:30 and 11. And it is what? 10:03. I didn't want to get up. I'm tired. But when I make a promise and tell somebody I'm going to do something, I try to keep my word. Even though I am tired. And I really want to stay in the bed. But I also need to go to Home Depot. Because I got another project in mind that I'm not a gardener. I don't even have a plant in the house. So, what they tell you. But I am getting ready to try. So, I have this little small greenhouse coming to go outside now. Because I don't do all them bugs and stuff. And the little hydroponic thing is big enough over there. But, so I ordered this little greenhouse. So I'm going to try my hand outside and growing some vegetables too. So that way I can grow taller things and maybe bigger things because it'll be inside of a greenhouse and I can have it inside the little pots. It has some little shelves. Of course, I got it from the ice cream truck. It's coming. It will be here Thursday. I'm going to go into this garlic while I'm talking, which is this gold looking color. So I'm going to try plant me some vegetables outside too. Because seriously, stuff in the store is just high and it's scarce. So, oh, that's what I was telling y'all about growing up in Cannon. See, I got off subject. Forgot what I was talking about. So, my mom grew up in Alabama, so she was always a Southern gal, even though she was up north, because that's where she ended up in Illinois. But she used to have us drunk out canning. I mean, I thank God that she taught us because I do know how to do it. I just don't do it because there's nobody here to eat it. I always remember I'm using this other little brush. This is what is this? It's all over lid brush. I don't know who it's by. But that's so I can get in this little corner right here. She used to have us strung out before we could go play. She would go to the farms in the rural part of Illinois. Had us out there picking vegetables. um, bell peppers, green beans. I remember going to the picket field. You could pick, and they would charge you by the bushel or whatever. But anyway, she had us out there, and we would be picking the vegetables. Then we would go home. There were many days we were sitting on the porch in the city. We lived in the city. Doing black eyed peas, shelling black eyed peas, and snapping green beans, and shucking corn. And then Mama was good because she had all of us doing it. And then in order for us to go play in the neighborhood, because of course we like to play double dutch and stuff like that. We played outside back then, you know. Kids now, they don't play outside. They just sit in front of a computer. But we played outside. We played double dutch, Chinese jump rope, rode skateboard, rode some skates, rode our bike. We were in better shape then too. Better shape than I am now. I probably need to start doing it again, but I'm too old for all of that stuff. But at any rate, before we could go play, we played dodgeball, kickball. We played some of everything is the point I'm getting across. We played outside. So before we could go play, we had to finish doing all of that stuff. And then the bell peppers and the onions, she would get them and we would chop them up and put them in little bags and she would freeze them. So like we buy veggie mix in the stores and stuff now. We didn't do that growing up. We did our own. We would all have a chopping board. We would sit there and we would cut them, put them in bags and put them in the freezer. So when we needed them. The corn, we would shuck the corn and she would blanch it, which means just putting it in hot water, taking it out of the hot water because we weren't really cooking it. We put it in hot water, take it out, run the cold water on it, and strip the kernels off the corn, put it in bags. Later on, she would make that into cream corn. So we would do that, and the kids in the neighborhood, this is the part where I was saying Mama was good. Kids in the neighborhood, first of all, most of them ate at our house anyway. Second of all, before we could go play, which was normally in our yard because we were the Kool-Aid house, Mama would have them out there helping us. So we could get it done faster, we could go play. So yeah, it was us and the kids on the back then the kids we knew each other. And we knew who our neighbors were. We knew their parents. And, you know, it was a community. It's not like that anymore. Back then, we knew everybody on the street. Everybody talked to one another. Everyone looked out for one another. It's just not like that anymore. But we did that. Just thinking about it, it's funny. And when I decided I was going to try my hand at growing some vegetables, I was like, you got this. We shall see, though. Because when I tell you, I will kill a houseplant just to believe it. Okay. Just because I'm going to be extra on top of the extra, I'm going to take some of this color that I also do not, this color right here that I also do not have on. See it? It's called caramelized onion. Basically, I'm trying to use a lot of colors out of the palette. So I'm going to place that in between this gold and this green. Tone that down just a little bit. Actually, that's pretty. You know, these are creamy still. And this palette is old as tar. But they are still creamy to the touch. And they're not the mattes even, they're not powdery. Like sometimes you get a palette and they're just powdery. This one's not doing that. Okay. See, as much as I've dug into it. Now you can tell I've used these shimmers. You see the dents in it? That's actually not bad. I hear ambulance. And Lord, the other day, I had to go pick up a friend who was stuck, and it was cold. It was after 10 o'clock at night. It was cold outside. I mean cold. And on my way back, I was just was telling her yesterday, I said on my way back, I said all I could do was pray for the people that was outside, because we were outside her house for a little bit because circumstances. We were outside our house a little bit. And my fingers were cold to the bone. And I didn't have my gloves on at first because her lock got stuck. So this is basically what happened. Her lock got stuck. So we were trying to get in the house. And it took us forever to try to do it. And my fingers were freezing. Even after I put my gloves on, my fingers were freezing. And when I got in the car, it took me the longest to get them to warm up. I was cold. And all I could do was think about the people that are outside. I had to start praying. Lord, protect them, because I always say, if it wasn't for the grace of God, it could be me. And with so many people losing their jobs right now, it's scary times. And all I could do was pray that the city had picked people up and that they had found shelter for the night. Sometimes when I have cash, I mean, I don't carry cash often, but when I do have cash and people are on the street and they're asking for money, I will give it to them. A lot of times people say don't give it to them, they're going to use it for drugs. Well, if I give you something because you say that you're hungry and you use it for drugs, I'm not contributing to your usage. I'm doing what was laid upon my heart to do. I can't control what people do after I've done my part, after I've done what the Lord told me to do. So that's between them and their God. Okay, I think that's going to be it. Let me pull this tape off. See, kind of a clean line. Kind of some fell down. Clean this up a little bit. So they're having choir practice at the church today. I play the piano. For most of you that don't know, I don't know. I play the piano. I don't play it at church anymore, but I used to growing up. Daddy was a minister, and I played the piano. My brother played the drums, and he would make us sing when we go somewhere. So, yeah. So I used to sing in the choir. They have a choir practice today because Sunday is WMUA, women something. Anyway, they were trying to get me to sing in the choir because I used to sing in the choir. But remember when COVID happened, I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. Which tells you how finicky people are. I was sick as a dog, and I was on the praise team. And for whatever reason, I think he didn't like me really because he knows that I actually can read music. But that's neither here nor there. You know, just because you're in church don't mean you're not jealous of people and crazy. But so during COVID, I was sick as a dog. Couldn't hardly breathe. Was still going to choir practice, still going to praise team rehearsal. And for whatever reason, he decided that I wasn't good enough to sing on the praise team. So first he told me that he was regrouping the praise team. And so he basically kicked me off the praise team when I was sick. And he kept all these other people on the praise team. Now they're trying to beg me to come back because four people that were on the praise team don't even come to church anymore. Or one moved, two moved, and a couple have been sick and they just don't come to church. And then one passed. Now you want to ask me to come sing. I sing from the pew. That's where I'm singing from. I'm not there to serve you. I'm there to serve God. And I don't want to be bothered with you. So therefore, I'm not coming to sing. I don't want to be bothered. Because I don't want to have to tell you something. And send myself to hell. So I just sing from the pew. Is it holding a grudge? No. It's just that I don't want to be bothered with you. Period. Okay. Enough of me ranting. I'm getting ready to pop off camera, take this off my head. More than likely put a hat on because it is, how cold is it? Down here in Texas, where it's not supposed to be cold, it's 36 degrees. So, I will pop off camera, do the rest of my face, and I'll be back in just a moment. It's 10:19. Time is passing. I'm back. Let me tell you the rest of the stuff that I have on my face because y'all already know. I'm what? Not on time. I gotta do better. I be good at work during the week because I have to get up and go to work. Leaving the house takes something out of me. Overall face primer is Essence Jelly Grip Primer. Foundation is CoverGirl Healthy Elixir in the color Golden Tan, which is almost empty. But I'm using it for every little drop that I have. Lipstick is Glamlite Hot Chocolate. It's from their Sweets collection. So that's what I have on the lip. It has the pencil and the lip gloss. Color corrector is Hard Candy color corrector. Let me get this little bag. Yeah, I know my hat is beige. Kinda. I don't have a white one, so this is gonna work because I'm not taking my hair down. Shade sticks is Juvias Place in the shade Namibia, and I always forget the other color. Can't see it. Hold on. Priscilla. Priscilla is under the eye. Contour stick is Namibia. I didn't use a blush. I used this NYX Buttermilk Bronzer instead in the place of a blush. That's the color on it. Highlighter is Ofra Cosmetics. And I use this color here, which is called Rodeo Drive. Oops, and I just stuck my finger in it. Chaos. And concealer is Juvias Place in the number 15. Under eyeliner is Miss Rose in this basic black. As I always say, if you're not used to a runny eyeliner, don't use this. Upper eyeliner is Makeup Revolution. It's a black eyeliner from the collection when they had it. It was given to me in PR. Again, the eyeshadow is Glamlite Pizza Palette, and this is the Veggie Lovers. There's one that's also called Meat Lovers, which I have up there too. Milani Make It Last spray. It's the finishing spray. Base Booster by Makeup Revolution. It was given to me. Glamlite Icing in the shade Buttercream was the overall eyeshadow primer. And mascara, because I'm not putting on any lashes, is One Size Fantasize Mascara. Oh, I almost forgot the powders. And One Size powders in the shade Sweet Honey and Ultra Pink. And that's going to be it. So, you guys have a blessed day. And until I see you next time, be blessed. Toodles.